Hi Collective, this is your, now that we're out of Mercury in retrograde reading. Man, I'm having a hard time talking. This is my 5th time trying to make this video. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into it. You got 3 cards that popped out. You have meditate and contemplate, a fiery climax approaches, and a personal issue reaches resolution. So there's going to be a climax and a resolution, and this meditate and contemplate card is asking you to meditate and get grounded before this happens. So what messages do we have for the collective regarding this fiery climax and resolution? What does this pertain to? So remember, collective, this can be a personal thing. This can also be a very collective energy for a lot of people in the collective area. All right, what do we need to know regarding this fiery climax? I'm going to move these cards up. What messages do we have for the collective regarding this fiery climax and this personal issue? So think about maybe what quite possibly might be something that you need to resolve at this time. All right. Ooh, financial problems. Yeah, there's going to be an end to that for you. Negative, there's definitely going to be a change in your circumstances. I feel like there's going to be an end to your bad luck. You quite possibly might be finding a job. I don't read in reversals, but I feel like this is what's coming to an end. The being left out. Yeah, I think you're going to get a call from somebody, a messenger, a bearer, and it's going to be good. Yes, you have the star card. Hope, unexpected help. You have help coming your way. If you've been struggling, you have somebody who's going to come in and help you, whether it's a person or organization. Justice, you're going to receive justice for whatever's been done to you. Yeah, you are. Look, a personal issue is being resolved where you let go from your job, where you kicked out of your house, like anything like that. Legal matters, if you are going to court, it's going to come out in favor for you. Okay, King of Wands, you quite possibly might be like a Sagittarius, but also too, the person coming in might be a Sagittarius, somebody who is generous. You have the Knight of Swords. This is fast movement forward. You're going to seize the opportunity, that's for sure. Oh my God, you are taking back power. You are taking your power back, which is going to be so great. I feel like maybe you might have gave it away for a while, and now it's like you're going to get back what you need. Actually, your father might be coming to help you too. You might be moving in with your father. You might be meeting an older man, maybe quite possibly a mentor who's going to kind of help you. This could be a judge. This could be a judge who's like sees your side of things. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. I mean, look where you started. You're going from the 5 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. That's how much this is going to be resolved. You might be going through a divorce right now, and you're going to be getting what you deserve in this divorce instead of getting screwed. I feel like maybe quite possibly whoever this person is that you've been dealing with, this is definitely a message for someone. You could be going through a divorce. This person tried to screw you over. The judge is like, no, you need to give this person what they rightfully deserve. And you're going to get what's rightfully for you. You might be getting the family home, some money. I'm also getting an inheritance. Your father might be saying he's going to give you an inheritance. Oh, Empress, my God. The Emperor and the Empress are here. I'm not quite seeing a relationship here coming in for you, but that definitely something to do with abundance. Yeah, you have the Ten of Wands here. But this is the end of stress. This is the end of burnout. Yeah, I feel like you've definitely been stressed out. You've been... man. You might have been dealing with some depression, focusing on the negative, but things are coming in for you because you do have new plans, new ideas. The clarity of mind is definitely coming in for you. And a new opportunity. Card at the bottom of the deck. Lovers, quite possibly. You might be coming into partnership with someone. It does not necessarily mean... This is definitely a decision that needs to be made for a partnership. Behind that, you have the Eight of Cups. That is definitely walking away for yourself after you find out some information. God, I hope this is like making sense. Okay, so what is the vibe? Like, what other messages do we have? No, I don't want to do the vibe. Let's grab another deck. Man, this Mercury in retrograde, we're still in shadow period. It's got me, like, my brain is hurting right now. I cannot think straight. Okay, what other messages do we have for the collective now that Mercury is out of retrograde? Ace of Fire, passion, new starts. A new venture or a new job. You know, like that first card that came out was unemployment. I feel like you're definitely finding something, and it's going to be something you're definitely very passionate about. I mean, this Emperor could be your father, but it could also be a judge, and it can also be the person who hires you. Okay, autumn. Quite possibly this might be happening pretty soon in the fall. I think September is a summer month, so maybe quite possibly in October is when you're going to be starting this job. You definitely have some reflection, some shadow work that you're working on, some introspection, reevaluating. Hermit energy, which is interesting because we're going to be going into Virgo, and Virgo is Hermit energy pretty soon. You did get watching spying, so you did get that. There was the Page of Swords in there, and that is kind of a watching spying, gathering info. Be careful. Be very careful because companies like to watch your Facebook, so be careful what you are posting. People are watching you. You are being spied on. Okay, what other messages do we have for the collective during this Mercury in retrograde? Control, silent, observing, hiding, feeling, blocking emotions, mask. Yeah, someone is definitely hiding. Somebody is watching you. North Node, but you're going towards your destiny. You're finding what is fated for you. You're finding your life. You're finding your path. You're moving past these karmic challenges, and you're attracting a new job. You're attracting what you need at this time. Now that Mercury is out of retrograde, now that you're getting this divorce, now that after you lost this job, I feel like what happened if you lost a job, you definitely, you kind of lost it, man. Like, you were stressed. Like, I feel like it really hurt your self-worth. I hope I'm making sense, man, because in my head, like, none of this is, but I hope that what I'm saying is making sense to some of you. I feel like there's so many stories, because first of all, there's so many people. All right, we got feminine energy here, whether this is you using your intuition. You do have abundance. You do have a windfall. I think you might even be getting promoted soon. We have a reunion, soul ties, fated partnerships. This doesn't necessarily... So this is something I noticed about people who come into my life, like the people I work with right now, even though I don't really know them on a personal level, we're all just kind of meant to come into existence with each other for some reason. You do have a past is returning. It could be a past job. It could be a past relationship. Oh my God. You have release, purge, emotional release, clearing, and walking away. This is one of the most confusing readings. I am going to post it anyways, just because it might not make sense to me, but it might make sense to you. So what other messages do we have? You have divine, you have masculine energy here. You have separation, yeah, for sure, definitely a divorce. But Jupiter, you have expansion, you have growth coming for you. It's weird. I almost feel like this person from your past, when you're getting a divorce from, I feel like they're watching you. Like they don't want to let you go. But I feel like once you release them, your life is definitely going to go in a much different direction. So I do kind of have a story regarding that. Something I notice is that when I have somebody in my life who does not belong there, my life goes downhill big time. Now I have stories, oh my God, like where like I've gotten into relationships and that person's luck got so much better and mine went downhill. That just happened to me back. I moved in with somebody in November. My life went downhill so bad that I had to move out 9 days later, and I'm still like, I'm rebuilding, but it's slow, but it is steady building. What advice do we have for the collective during Mercury in retrograde? What advice do we have? No, we're not in Mercury in retrograde anymore. We're out of Mercury in retrograde. What advice do we have for the collective while we're out? Now that we're out, you have a new life coming. Accepting situations, the causal law and effect. The justice card did come out for you. This is the justice card. You are having justice, but be very, very, very careful. I know your ego is wounded. I can't talk right now. My fifth chakra is so messed up. Be careful of any like unnecessary drama. What are their messages? What messages do we have for the collective now that Mercury is out of retrograde? What other messages do we have? Yeah, making amends, healing after an argument. There's definitely some forgiveness that has to be done. Milk and honey. Because the prosperity keeps coming out for you. It's vice versa. It's like this sorrow and the sadness, but then there's this prosperity there that's coming your way. All right, what are the next steps for the collective? Yeah, taking action. Now is the time to take action in your life. Okay, so you do have an unfinished symphony card, which means that there's like a lack of closure. Making amends, you might need to make amends with somebody in your life. Even if it's with maybe quite possibly that ex you're getting a divorce from, just making like that. When I mean like make amends, kind of like forgive them. You don't have to really tell them, but it's more like a forgiveness for yourself. Because I feel like there's still some open wounds here that need to be dealt with. I keep hearing that somebody has like an open wound with their dad too. A wound with the masculine in your life, whoever that quite possibly might be. But you are being blessed. I'm sorry, this reading is so all over the place. It's hard for even me to follow. Okay, I'm going to pull some Soul's Journey cards. What messages do we have regarding the collective during their journey in this life? Yeah. You have indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. There's definitely some fear here. You're definitely feeling lonely. And that's okay. There's a level of guilt that you've been dealing with. There's envy. You feel like a failure. Stop. Because all of this, you need to surrender. Last card to come out is just like surrender this. Surrender this failure. You feel like you failed in this relationship. You see other people's relationships that look so perfect, but trust me, they're not. You feel guilt because of whatever happened. I know you feel lonely right now, because it's really hard to end a relationship and not feel that, because there has to be good times while you're together, right? So those are probably the things that you're missing. And the fear of leaving too, like what is going to happen, because like we don't know our future. We don't know what's going to happen. But this is asking you to surrender, to release the need to control, because the future is not yet set in stone. Every decision we make changes our future outcome. So that says surrender. I'm going to pull the power of surrender cards, and then I'm going to be done, because this reading is really difficult. And it was really, really difficult yesterday. Like Mercury did not want me to get this out yesterday. What does the collective need to surrender? Now that Mercury is out of retrograde, what do they need to surrender? Now that it's time to move forward and take action, what do they need to surrender? Surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. Yeah, be okay with just being you. Be in the moment, just be. Like she's just sitting in a field of flowers, just being, meditating, relaxing. You don't have to be anything for anybody anymore. Surrender your addictions if you are having an addiction problem. Could be substances, food, people. I mean, we can get addicted to people. Like, I know so many people who just cannot be alone. It ain't worth it. Man, I know a chick right now at work, and oh my God, dude, this guy she's with, she just doesn't want to be alone, but he treats her like crap. It is not worth it. What else does the collective need to surrender? Oh, overthinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help you bring new clarity. Also, surrender the idea you can fix someone. Oh God, that was something I dealt with. I kept trying to fix the situation that I was telling you about back in November, and I couldn't fix it. And I finally just had to just stop and relinquish control, because you can't fix anybody. You can't help them. They have to help themselves. And surrender procrastination. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. All right, I am done, man. This reading has been so confusing. I hope that I helped you and you got some information from this, and you have a good rest of your day.